Medtronic is a leading medical device manufacturer, and it was hit hard by the COVID-19 pandemic as patients deferred surgical procedure and also limited their visit to the hospital. However, with the tail end of the COVID pandemic right now, it has certainly brightened Medtronic's outlook. Elective procedures are certainly expected to start recovering again, and so here are some interesting factors why Medtronic is looking at a bright future ahead. But first, I'd like to thank our sponsor of this video, Seeking Alpha. Seeking Alpha is the largest investment community in the world, and Seeking Alpha provides investors with a wealth of information through its database, news, earnings transcript, and also crowdsourced analysis. Both personal and professional investors find great investing ideas through Seeking Alpha. I personally find it extremely useful to keep up to date with companies that I'm interested in from the platform. And now you can sign up for a Seeking Alpha membership today for more than a 50% discount from their usual price. So if you want to find out more, remember to check out our link in the show notes below. Now, back to our video. Medtronic is a company with a long history. Established in 1949, Medtronic is a world's largest medical device company right now, specializing in medical devices across a range of areas from cardiac health to diabetes. The company is really a dominant player in areas like core heart devices, spinal products, insulin pump, and neuromodulators. The company currently operates 4 key business segments. Number 1 is cardiovascular portfolio. Number 2 is medical surgical portfolio. And number 3 is neuroscience portfolio. And lastly, number 4 is diabetes operating unit. Today's largest segment by sale is the cardiovascular portfolio, which contributes about 36% of the company revenue, or 10.7 billion. And that's followed by medical surgical portfolio, which contributes about 29% of the company's revenue. Its neuroscience portfolio is next, contributing about 27% of revenue, and lastly, 8% of the revenue coming from its diabetes unit. And in terms of geographical market, Medtronic still derives about 51% of its revenue from the US, with the remainder 32.6% and 16% from non-US developed country and emerging market respectively. Medtronic stocks has really fallen close to 30% since last year, and I think there are 2 potential reasons to explain its poor stock performance. Of course, firstly, during the pandemic, many hospitals have been busy treating COVID-19 patients, and that delay elective procedure in which Medtronic's devices could be used. And this has really been a headwind for Medtronic throughout the pandemic. However, Medtronic is likely to get back to its normal growth now as hospital has started resuming its normal day-to-day operations. Therefore, this medical device giant could be an excellent turnaround stock during this period. But there is also a second, more company-specific reason for its poor stock performance. Medtronic has actually received a warning letter from the US Food and Drug Administration, or FDA, last December. And that is for the company Northridge, California facility, which is the headquarters for its diabetic business. The agency notified Medtronic that it has found inadequate safety measures during an inspection of its California Diabetes HQ back in July 2021. The warning letter addresses how the company handled the recall of some of its products like the MiniMed 600 insulin pump and the MiniMed 508. It went on to state that the company failed to effectively process complaint and also do its risk assessment and also implement corrective and preventive action. And that really led to FDA receiving over 57,000 complaints, which result in a recall of close to 500,000 devices 3 years after the first complaint began. Since then, although the company has replied the FDA, there are still many issues outstanding that still need addressing. And to address this requirement, Medtronic is reallocating some of its current personnel and hiring consultants to clean up the mess and make sure that it doesn't happen again. But of course, how successful that will be is yet to be seen. Okay, that's enough for bad news, and there are still some good news associated with Medtronic. And the most exciting part is that it is making an entry into the surgical robotic business. Robotic-assisted surgery can help achieve better patient outcome as it offers potential for fewer complications and also shorter hospital stays, and of course, smaller scars. The company like Intuitive Surgical has already proven that point. And now, Medtronic is entering the surgical robotic market via its Hugo Robotic Assisted Surgery, or RAS. Unfortunately though, Medtronic is going up against very tough competition. The global surgical robotic market is really dominated by Intuitive Surgical, which hold close to 80% of the global market share. And that is followed by Stryker Corporation, which hold about 9% of the market share. The development of Hugo RAS system is really exciting for Medtronic though, as it is widely considered as the company answer to Intuitive Surgical Da Vinci system. And on top of that, they claim that it is a more cost-effective solution as well. Moreover, as compared to the Da Vinci system, which is a large multi-arm machine that has to be typically installed as the centerpiece in the operating room, Hugo system can be customized with up to 4 independent arms and rollers at different locations. Not to mention, the global surgical robotic markets is still seeing much growth ahead. In 2020, the global surgical robotic market generated about $5.5 billion, and that is expected to grow at a compounding rate of 11% for the next decade, and could potentially reach around $17 billion by 2031. That means that the surgical robotic market is still at the nascent stage of development, and the large sizable market out there can still be captured. So currently, less than 3% of the surgery around the world is held with the assistance of robots. So the real competition for Medtronic might not be Intuitive Surgical, but rather all the manual surgery performed every day worldwide. While Medtronic's Hugo system has yet to earn approval in the US, it has already cleared and secured a European approval. And thus, it is making way to make its continental debut in many countries soon. Robotic surgical are expected to be a growth driver for Medtronic going forward. And given Medtronic's current status as the largest medical device company, it has added benefit to use its scale to sell this robotic system worldwide. Medtronic can be considered as a turnaround stock due to the reopening of the world. It can be considered a growth stock due to its entry into the robotic surgical space. And Medtronic is a darling stock among dividend investors as well. So much so that it is referred to as a dividend aristocrat. A dividend aristocrat is a stock that has increased their payout for at least 25 consecutive years. And Medtronic has actually paid a dividend since 1978. That is a 44 consecutive years of dividend growth. Currently, Medtronic has a regular quarterly cash dividend of around 63 cents per share. This will translate to a dividend yield of around 2.4%. The company also generates enough cash to fund its dividend even during the pandemic. So it gives investors the assurance that they will always be able to sustain their dividend throughout difficult years. All in all, Medtronic has the sign of a company with a durable competitive advantage, with some long-term growth potential as well. So there you have it. What do you guys think of Medtronic as an investment? Do you like it, or are you already a shareholder? Share your thoughts with us below. And you have gotten value from this video, I hope you give us a like and also share it with a friend who you might think will benefit from it as well. And of course, do check out our sponsor Seeking Alpha. We hope that you will support us by supporting them. And as always, till we meet again, my name is Stanley. Invest safely.